Hey guys, it's Corbin. I wanted to come on here and do a video tonight, and just kind of be real with you guys, meet you guys at a place where I haven't met you before and allow you to kind of see a part of me that you may or may not have seen already. So before I begin, welcome to those of you who are new to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. Thank you. And welcome back. Thanks for staying. To those of you who have been with us since the very beginning, you guys have no idea how much I love you. You guys have no idea how much it means to me that y'all stick around and y'all actually want to hear what it is I have to say. And y'all value my opinion and my thoughts on different things. So I appreciate you guys so very much. And if I don't ever tell you guys again, I want you to know right now that I love and appreciate each and every one of you. So moving right along, getting into this video. If I sound a little weird, if I look a little weird, it's because I have been very sick on top of not posting for a while. Sorry about that, guys. But I have been very sick, and I didn't want to let that stop me from making this video and from reaching out to you guys, especially on this issue. So the purpose of tonight's video is basically to talk about an email that I received. I got an email with a question in it, and it hit me, it hit home, it hit dead center for me because it is something that is near and dear to me and something that I have trouble with. And so without reading the email to you guys, I'm going to let you know what was said basically in the email, the gist of it. And then we're going to get into the meat of this video. Basically, the email I got was from a younger guy. I believe he's, I think he said he's like 17, 18 years old. So he's still a teenager. And he was basically asking me, telling me, how he hasn't fully come out to his family, his parents yet. His siblings know, his friends know, some of his family knows, his job, his coworkers know. But he has not come out to his family yet, as far as his parents are concerned. And he feels like he's a coward, and he feels like it makes him not confident in who he is and in his decision and in his walk, and in his transition. And it makes him feel like he's not confident, and like he's second-guessing himself because he's afraid to tell his parents. And it makes him feel almost ashamed to be who he is, because to him, his fear comes from a place of shame, of being ashamed of who he is. And he sent me that email probably about a week ago at this point. And I didn't respond to him right away. And I've just been kind of reading it over and flipping it around in my head because he wanted to know, what are my thoughts? How do I feel about it? What did I do? How did I deal with that? Did I deal with it? What was my situation? And it took me a long time to respond to him. And I actually just responded to him today, which is why I'm making this video. It took me a while to respond to him because I couldn't give him an answer of, oh, I did this and it was fine, simply because I'm in the same boat that he's in. And I've had to teach myself, I've had to come to terms with the fact that who I am is not a mistake. My decision was not a mistake. Who I am on the inside, who I've always been on the inside, is no one to be ashamed of, because it's who I am. And to put it to you guys quite plainly, I have yet to come out to my parents. They don't know. Or they might have like an inkling of an idea, but they don't. I've never actually said out of my mouth, hey mom, hey dad, I'm trans. I've never really said those words to them. I've never been 100% truthful with them about who I am. And that's for many reasons. Part of it is when I came out way, way back when I was younger, and I came out as a lesbian back then, that was probably the hardest thing for me. I got beat up literally and figuratively and emotionally by my mom. And that's not to say that my mom is a bad person, because she's not a bad person, but my mom is from a school of everything is, it's basically, you're going to go to hell. That's the easiest way to put it. And that does not make the things that she says okay, because that's her upbringing. It doesn't make what she says okay. But she's not a bad person. She is, in my opinion, an uneducated person. But I got beat up by her and basically told that it's a spirit and it's a demon and I'm going to hell and all that fun stuff. And, when I told my dad, a bunch of different things happened. I will share my full coming out story with you guys, and I'll put that video up so you guys can understand why I'm not going in depth about that right now. It's a very emotional story. But suffice it to say, everything that happened in my past as far as when I came out just as a lesbian, and I don't say just in a diminutive way, I say it in a sense of, in my head, this is bigger, this is more for them to chew and more to swallow than me saying I'm gay. But anyway, I digress. But everything that happened back then kind of, it instilled this level of fear in me that to this day I have not gotten over. And I have thought for so long, that, forgive me for the camera going out of focus, I don't know why, but I thought for so long that me not coming out to them and not saying to them like, oh, I'm gay and things like that, or, oh, I'm trans, me not saying that to them, I thought in my head, I made myself believe that was because I wasn't confident in who I am. And I made myself believe that it was because deep down it wasn't the right choice and I shouldn't have made it. And I made myself believe that my decision and me knowing who I am as a man was just me broken and like something needed to be fixed about me. And it made me feel like, or rather I made myself feel like because I couldn't be honest with them, I had to be a coward. I must have just been a coward. And there was no way I was or ever was going to be proud of who I am. And I'm just recently coming to grips with the fact that, number one, transitioning is a scary thing. I know people watch others' videos on YouTube and read about it in their blogs, and they see that, oh, it's this, it's this period of awakening, and it seems like it's this wonderful thing, and everybody just, oh, one day they just woke up, no, I'm trans. It's not like that. I have yet to meet somebody and where it was like that for them. Because as far as I'm concerned, and as far as other people that I know that I'm close to, as far as they're concerned, it was a struggle for us. Not so much knowing who we are, but accepting who we are. It was a struggle, and accepting that society has stigmas that they're going to place on us simply for being who we are, And so transitioning in itself is a struggle because there's times when you get to a point where you just want your transition to be over. You know you're a man. The people you've come out to know you're a man, but you just want to be done with it, you know? And there's so much that goes into it. And so that right there is a big thing in itself. And then all of the legal and the medical things that go along with it, that is a whole nother big, huge piece of the puzzle in itself that a lot of people fail to notice. They just know, they see a lot of people, like I said, on their videos, and one day their voice sounds one way and the next day their voice sounds like Barry White, and they've been on hormones and they sound wonderful, and it doesn't happen overnight. And there's so much mental and emotional turmoil and mental and emotional struggle that someone goes through when they go through like the medical transition of things. And so you have to take into account, where I rather had to take into account, transitioning in itself is a big thing. Just coming to terms with who you are is a huge deal. And then the paperwork and the legal things that go along with that is a huge deal. And then the medical things that go along with that is a huge deal. And it takes a toll on someone mentally and emotionally. And if they don't talk it out, if they don't have an outlet, it will take a toll on someone physically as well. And once I came to grips with that, with the fact that it took me so long to struggle with accepting myself, and to struggle with accepting the fact that other people were going to look at me and be like, there's something wrong with that dude. Like, once I learned to accept that in myself, then I said, you know what? Now I can begin to try to wrap my head around coming out to my parents. Because it's not like, oh, I accept myself, now let's come out to everybody. It's a scary thing. Once you come out to yourself, you feel like, oh, I can breathe. But on the flip side of that, feeling like you can breathe, you feel like, oh crap, what do I do now? Who do I talk to now? Who's going to understand this? And there's so much that goes into it. And so you can't, some people try and automatically go from coming to terms with who they are to themselves to going to their parents or their families, and their families automatically coming to terms with who they were. And so it's a struggle knowing how long it took me to come to terms with myself, and then to think how long it's going to take my family to come to terms with me. And that can make somebody fearful. But I had to learn. I had to talk to myself. I did. I said self, and myself said, huh? And I answered myself back and said, dude, you got to realize it's okay to be afraid. Fear is good. Fear keeps you protected. If you never have a fear of anything, you'll do just about anything. And it could break your bones. It could kill you. Fear keeps you safe. It can put you in danger, but fear in this instance keeps you safe. And I had to learn that it's okay to be afraid. It doesn't make me a coward. It doesn't make me any less of a man. It doesn't make me ashamed of who I am. It doesn't make me any less confident in who I am as a man. My name is Corbin Royale, and I know who I am, and I'm happy, and I love who I am. And once I came to terms with all of that, I realized it's going to be a while before my parents will ever come to terms with it. So it's going to be a while before I know that I'm okay telling them. So for any and everybody who is afraid to come out to their parents for whatever reason, anybody who's a part of the LGBT community in any way, don't do it because someone tells you to. Don't do it because you feel pressured to do it. Self-pressure, peer pressure. Don't do it for those reasons. Because it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to keep some things to yourself. It's okay to take some time and take a self-inventory and learn who you are before you try and teach anybody else who you are. It doesn't mean you're ashamed of yourself. It doesn't mean you're not sure of yourself. It doesn't mean you're never going to tell anybody, and it doesn't mean that you're never going to be honest with other people about who you are. It simply means you need some time. And fear is a good thing. It gives you the time you need. So that's basically what I told him. That's what I'm telling you guys. I just needed to be transparent for a quick second and let you guys know what has been going on in my life, and let you guys know some of the things that I think about. But thank you guys for staying tuned. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the little bell so that you guys stay up to date on notifications. If you guys need to get in touch with me, my contact information, as always, is in the description below. Feel free to ask me anything, tell me anything, leave a comment, anything at all. All right, guys. I love you all so very much, and y'all have a wonderful evening.